When he won, they cheered and called him Master Edward. When he lost, they jeered and called him Banana Nose. But in their New York way, they loved him. 11 years ago, a filly named Genuine Risk finished a fast-closing third in the Wood Memorial. From there, she went on to become only the second filly to win the Kentucky Derby, even though trainer Leroy Jolly had his doubts about going to Kentucky. Today, Leroy returns to Aqueduct with another filly, Meadow Star, unbeaten in 9 starts, but today facing colts for the first time, as we follow the 3-year-olds on the road to the Kentucky Derby. Spanning the globe to bring you the constant variety of sport.
Meadow Star, everyone's talking about her.
Well, and we will be quite a bit today, Frank. You know, somewhere the sun is shining, but not at Aqueduct in the 3rd week of April. As always seems to be the case, we have a cold and windy day for the Wood Memorial. No matter, though, we also have the makings, I think, of the most intriguing race of the pre-Derby season. The filly, Meadow Star, undefeated, is trying the males in her own stamina for the first time. Kyle's Our Man, who spent a lazy, unimpressive winter in Florida, suddenly burst into prominence when he came to New York and won the Gotham wire to wire. And Cahill Road. He's a full brother to last year's Derby winner, Unbridled. Beaten his last time out, but appears ready today. One or more of them is going to join the other favorites for the Derby. Dinar and Best Pal from California, Strike the Gold, Fly So Free, and Hansel from the Kentucky circuit. And, of course, whoever wins today's Arkansas Derby. So after today, the picture should be in focus. Here are the specifics. $500,000 in the Wood Memorial Invitational presented by John Deere Lawn Care Dealers. The track is fast. It was good earlier. The wind is not a factor. And the odds, well, here they are in the 10-horse field. Cahill Road at 2-1 is almost a joint favorite, as you will see. Wildly Special at 99-1 or more. King Mutessa at 18-1. Kyle's Our Man is third choice at 3-1. Happy Jazz Band at 18-1. Meadow Star is also 2-1, but a very slight favorite over Cahill Road. Then we have Lost Mountain, excellent tipper. Another Review has considerable support at 7-1, and Vouch for Me is the outsider. Then let's bring in Charles E. Canty here. And Charles E., the hour grows late, just 2 weeks from now to the Kentucky Derby.
And Jim, this is literally like a final exam. And the one big test these colts have to face today is carrying 126 pounds for the first time. And there are other questions as well. With Kyle's Our Man, the question is consistency. He's been erratic. Will he duplicate that show of speed in the Gotham? And how far will he carry it? As for Cahill Road, was bad racing luck totally to blame for his loss in the preview? Will he show more speed today? And could he and Kyle's Our Man be mutually self-destructive? If so, will this colt, another Review, be able to close any stronger than he did in the Gotham? He's the only starter to have won at 1 1/8, and he's done it twice. But even with the 5-pound weight allowance, the toughest questions are for the filly, Meadow Star. Can she handle the colts, and can she handle the distance?
Well, that's one of the things we came to find out, isn't it?
It
of course, as you well remember, Charles, 11 years ago, Leroy Jolly, the trainer of Meadow Star, brought another promising filly named Genuine Risk to the Wood Memorial. The filly didn't win, but that was the beginning of the story, not the end.
On the outside, it's Genuine Risk. They're past 16 fold. Bud Nickel still has the lead. Colonel Moran and Genuine Risk second and third. Bud Nickel in front.
Problem perhaps has been presented to this man, Leroy Jolly, the trainer of Genuine Risk, or is there no problem now about that filly going to the Derby?
There's no problem with me because I'm not going.
We're along. It's Genuine Risk, and she's genuine. Here comes Rumble on the outside. Genuine Risk is going to win it. Genuine Risk by 1.
The shadow of Genuine Risk plays across the track today. Owner Bert Firestone overruled trainer Jolly in taking her to the Derby, after which Leroy said, you got to keep an open mind on these things. He did, and learned from it.
So I learned a great deal, I think, in that the fillies simply don't need as much. You know, they don't need as much racing, and they don't need as much training. In the case of Meadow Star, I think that she is such a professional racehorse that she has done enough to earn the shot. And if you don't, there will always be the question of could she or couldn't she.
This time the owner, corporate raider Carl Icahn, and the trainer are in agreement on what should be done.
You want to see how she does against the colts. I mean, that's the nature of man, right? The challenge.
Many were surprised when he announced that all of the fillies' earnings would go to a charity. After all, this was ruthless Carl Icahn.
On one hand, I feel no sympathy for a lot of businessmen. On the other hand, I feel great sympathy for some of the downtrodden in our country. And so I feel great that I can sort of take Meadow Star and make her the champion for the kids.
There he is, the man who thinks he should win every battle, but his trainer could tell him that doesn't happen in horse racing. It's time to go upstairs to Dave Johnson.
And the filly, Meadow Star, is moving into line, and the folks around Meadow Star have violated two of the major rules in racing. Never run a filly against the colts, and never run a filly against the colts, but we all want to find out how she will do today. I think, though, the horse who will be in the headlines tomorrow will be Cahill Road, a major racehorse who's still learning how to do it. And here is the 9-horse, another review in line, and Julie Crone, the winningest female jockey of all times, moves in with Vouch for Me. All set. And they're on. There goes Kyle's Our Man from between horses to the front. The filly, Meadow Star, on the outside. Cahill Road along the inside is right there, as is King Mutesa. Another review out in the middle of the racetrack as they swing around the clubhouse turn. And Kyle's Our Man now draws clear by 2 lengths, stalked by Cahill Road in the second spot. King Mutesa at the rail is third by half a length. Meadow Star is racing fourth. Then on the outside, another review races fifth. Tucked in at the rail, Lost Mountain is sixth, about 8.5 off the leader, followed by Vouch for Me. And then on the inside, Happy Jazz Band, Excellent Tipper, and at the back of the pack, Wildly Special is 10th and last. Moving down the backstretch, it's Kyle's Our Man in front, holding on to the lead by 2 1/4 lengths. It's Cahill Road in the second spot by the same margin. On the outside, Meadow Star is third by a head. Lost Mountain looking for racing room. Along the inside, King Mutesa. Now there's a half mile to go in the wood. Kyle's Our Man has the lead by only a neck as Cahill Road charges up on the outside to challenge. Now the battle on the front end. Kyle's Our Man at the rail. Cahill Road, the full brother to Unbridled, charges up and takes command. Here comes Lost Mountain gaining ground along the inside. A quick 3/4, and Meadow Star tips 4 wide. Now as they straighten away in the stretch, Cahill Road with Craig Perret in front by a length and a quarter. Lost Mountain on the outside second. Kyle's Our Man drops back, and it looks like the filly is out of it. And down the stretch they come. Cahill Road on the inside, digging in front by 1. Lost Mountain on the outside is second. It's a 16th to go, and it's Cahill Road in front by 2 with Craig Perret. Cahill Road takes the wood by 2.5. Then comes Lost Mountain. 6 lengths farther back, it was Happy Jazz Band, and the filly finished fourth, beaten about, I'd say about 7 or 8 lengths. So it's Cahill Road taking a giant step to the Triple Crown, and I guess we'll see this horse next in the Kentucky Derby. The final time, 1 minute 48 2/5 seconds, the third fastest wood.
The third fastest would indeed, and could it be that full brothers could win the Kentucky Derby? It has never happened in the history of that race, the long history of the Derby, but that is the full brother to Unbridled who won last year.
And another question you have to ask about Cahill Road is, can a horse who only broke his maiden on the 4th of February win the Kentucky Derby on the 4th of May? It's asking a lot. He's playing a little catch-up, but this was a good answer he had today.
Well, you know, no horse that was not raced as a 2-year-old has won the Derby since Apollo in 1882. And, of course, he did not run as a 2-year-old.
And he injects a little element of speed. He was stalking the early pace of Kyle's Our Man, and I'm sure that the connections of Dinard and Strike the Goal will like to know that there'll be a little lick anyway.
Dave, let's take another look at what happened in the stretch there, okay?
Yes. Well, Craig Perret, who sat second behind Kyle's Our Man, who set quick early fractions and was trying to wing it on the front end and stretch his speed the 1 1/8 as he won the Gotham wire to wire. The surprise was Lost Mountain with Herb McCauley. Herb just back from a life-threatening injury about a month ago, but he's back in style. But Cahill Road showed the style. The son of Fabiano just roars through the stretch and holds the late charge of Lost Mountain. And unraced at 2, Cahill Road had a lot of learning to do this year, but he takes the 67th running of the Wood Memorial and moves a big step closer to the Kentucky Derby. Jim?
Well, and now Scotty Schulhofer has 2 big horses for the Kentucky Derby, Cahill Road and Fly So Free. Well, we've got a big day of boxing today on Wide World. Now let's check in with Alex Wallow. Alex is at the fight. He'll be reporting to you from Atlantic City.
Run, and my mare kicked in, but she just wasn't enough today.
All right, it was a good, honest effort. She deserved a try. Thanks a lot, Chris. We'll go back to Jim.
All right, thank you very much. Here is Scotty Schulhofer, the trainer of the winner. Congratulations, Scotty, first of all.
Thank you so much.
Now it looks like you're going to have two big horses going to the Kentucky Derby, right?
Well, it looks that way. As of now, we'll have to see how he comes out of this and how everything goes. And
A little stumble at the start.
Yeah, he stumbled at the start and scared me a little bit, but got back on his feet real good and moved into the first turn in good shape.
In the blue and yellow silks with the yellow hat.
Yes, now he wheels to the outside of Kyle's our man, and so right here I felt real comfortable because he'd gotten out of all the traffic and couldn't get knocked around in.
Did you change anything after his loss in the preview stakes in Florida?
No, that I think taught him an awful lot, and we just let him run away from the gate a little bit better today, hoping so, but when he stumbled, that scared me.
Long about here, did you think maybe the other horse might run away with it?
No. He's too good a horse. He's got as much speed as Kyle our man's got. He can go to him anytime he wants to.
Of course, no full brothers have ever won the Kentucky Derby. Could be.
That's true. Yeah. It would be mighty nice, wouldn't it?
It sure would. Same colors, same owner, same father and mother, different trainer.
Different trainer, that's all.
Here's a good look at him. The horse that's on his way to the Kentucky Derby. Cahill Road. There he was during the race. And this is after the race. Scotty, is he coming back a little slow there? That's on tape.
I don't know. He looks like he might be, but he's not a good walking horse anyhow, but he looks like he might be a little off. We'll have to see. I'm kind of concerned about it.
Well, that's too bad. Yeah, he certainly appeared to be favoring the near foreleg, didn't he?
His left front, yes.
Yeah. Well, we certainly hope that that's going to be okay. I know you'll want to go back to the barn and find out what's going on.
Yes, certainly.
Thank you very much for stopping by with us. Here is Scotty Schulhopper in the stretch, by the way.
Come on, he's got it.
Oh, boy, there's nothing like winning a horse race, particularly a big one. Okay. And here are the official prices. Cahill Road paying $6 as the favorite, $4 and $3.20. Lost Mountain, a surprising second, paying $20.40 and $8.60. Happy Jazz Band finishing third and paying $6.40. The Philly Meadow Star was fourth. There's the exacta at $128.60 and the trifecta at $6.66. The official order of finish: Cahill Road, Lost Mountain, Happy Jazz Band, Meadow Star, Vouch for Me was fifth. Kyle's Our Man, another review, Excellent Tipper, Wildly Special, King Mutessa, and now Alex Waller.
All right, a little later on, we'll be joining Alex, of course, down in Atlantic City, and we're going to try to get a full report on the condition of Cahill Road as he came out of the wood this afternoon.